dial your operator. If you need help, then dial your operator.
Hello, I'm your host, Michael Duffy, with Season 1 of Call Me for Help.
Episode 12. Help me! I need Wi-Fi.
Before you watch this YouTube video, make sure hackers aren't watching you watch it. Listen, I'm an IT consultant with over 5,000 clients all over Canada. 90% of them were vulnerable to hackers before working with me. My name is Michael Duffy, but my clients call me Mike the Nerd. That's because when I start working with them, they never worry about nerdy tech stuff ever again. Whether they're just an individual needing help with antivirus software, backups, tech support, or a multi-million-dollar enterprise needing help with monitoring and maintaining their networks, I helped 5,000 businesses eliminate their tech worries by backing up their data properly.
Hello, I am your host, Michael Duffy, a computer and cybersecurity expert. Is your PC or Mac irritating you? Don't throw it out the window. Instead, call me for help. Welcome, I am your host, Michael Duffy. The hacker term of the day is Wi-Fi. What is Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity and is the same thing as saying wireless LAN, which stands for wireless local area network. Simply put, no matter what you call Wi-Fi, it means you have wireless internet. It is so ubiquitous and seems to be everywhere these days at libraries, coffee shops, retail shops, hotels, airports, you name it, fast food restaurants, everywhere. You can seem to find a Wi-Fi connection anywhere you go. Wi-Fi originally was created in 1997, but publicly available consumer equipment for your home or business started appearing in around 2003. Mike, can hackers attack me using Wi-Fi? Yes, of course they can. For simplicity's sake, you want to make sure any Wi-Fi network you connect to requires a password. The requirement of entering a password ensures that your connection between your device and the wireless internet is encrypted. If you connect to free Wi-Fi, then go through a splash page or have to enter a code or something, you know you're not connected to secure Wi-Fi and you shouldn't be doing personal web surfing like banking, online purchases, or sending email. Do you need better Wi-Fi range or strength in your home or business? Send us an email to support@don'tgethacked.ca or book an appointment. Have a great day. Hi, it's Mike here. Welcome to Season 1 of Don't Get Hacked, Call Me for Help. Episode 12. Help me! I need help with my Wi-Fi. We have had Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi, also known as wireless internet, for roughly 20 years. 20 years of convenience and 20 years of distractions. We've become accustomed to our Wi-Fi addiction. How frustrated do you get when your Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi or wireless internet doesn't work? Do you know how many Wi-Fi devices you have accumulated in your home? How many of us know the full history behind Wi-Fi technology? How exactly does it work? How do you fix your own problems? Let's review Wi-Fi so we can understand it better. Since its inception, Wi-Fi has played an integral role in keeping us connected at home and in public and at the office. we've come to expect a standard degree of connectivity wherever we go, and we regularly rely on Wi-Fi to maintain our productivity, our organization, our health, and even our protection. Do you have Wi-Fi cameras at home? Maybe a Wi-Fi doorbell camera? Recent advances in Wi-Fi technology have greatly contributed to more and more internet-connected devices in our homes. Okay, what is Wi-Fi and how does it really work? At a base level, Wi-Fi is a way of getting broadband internet to a device using wireless transmitters and radio signals. Once a transmitter receives data from the internet, it converts the data into a radio signal that can be received and read by Wi-Fi enabled devices. Information is then exchanged between the transmitter and the device. Welcome to 1997. Wi-Fi was invented and first released for consumers in 1997 when a committee called the 802.11 was created. This led to the creation of IEEE 802.11, which refers to a set of standards that define communication for wireless local area networks, WLANs, or Wi-Fi. Following this, a basic specification for Wi-Fi was established, allowing 2 megabytes per second of data transfer wirelessly between devices. That's crazy slow. This sparked development in prototype equipment, Wi-Fi routers, to comply with IEEE 802.11 standards, and Wi-Fi was born. 1999, Wi-Fi was introduced for home use.
The major commercial breakthrough came with Apple adopting Wi-Fi for their iBook series of laptops in 1999.
Wi-Fi frequencies. Wi-Fi uses electromagnetic waves to communicate data that run at 2 main frequencies. 2.4 gigahertz, wireless B, and 5 gigahertz, wireless A. For many years, 2.4 gigahertz was a popular choice for Wi-Fi users, which is known as wireless B technology. 2.4 gigahertz frequency, slower data, but further range than 5 gigahertz. Wireless B technology, 1999 to today, 2 to 11 megabits per second. Crazy slow, but it worked. As it worked with most mainstream devices and was less expensive than wireless A.
Wireless A, or also wireless second generation, 1999 to today, 5 gigahertz frequency. It had farther range than 2.4 gigahertz. It was also faster, 6 to 54 megabits per second. Wi-Fi's wavebands have relatively high absorption and work best for line of sight use. Many common obstructions such as walls, pillars, home appliances greatly will reduce its range. For many years, 2.4 gigahertz wireless B was a popular choice for Wi-Fi users because it worked with most devices and was less expensive than wireless A. After 2009, a series of improvements extended the range of 2.4 gigahertz, leading to an increasing number of devices using the same frequency. 2003. In 2003, faster speeds and distance coverage of the earlier Wi-Fi versions combined to make the 802.11g standard. Routers are getting better too, with higher power and further coverage than ever before. Wi-Fi was beginning to catch up, competing with the speed of the fastest wired connections. In 2005, 5 years of consumer Wi-Fi routers have been on store shelves. This specification under the marketing name of Wi-Fi has been implemented all over the world. Spectacular! That is so awesome. I started my computer consulting business in 2005. I spent 17 years diagnosing and operating Wi-Fi issues. For context, the iPhone version 1 was released in 2007. In 2009, the arrival of 802.11n, wireless 4. 2009 brought wireless N. It operated on both the 2.4 and 5 gigahertz frequencies, 600 megabits per second top speed, which made it 11 times faster than wireless G.
What's the easiest way to keep up with these funny names? Wireless N or wireless 4th generation? Which naming method do you like more?
The speed bump with wireless N in 2009 saw a speed bump of up to 600 over the previous 54. This new speed limit was 60% of the way towards a wired connection with Ethernet. 2009 saw the final version of 802.11n, which was even faster and more reliable than its predecessor. This increase in efficiency is attributed to a term called MIMO, multiple input, multiple output, which uses multiple antennas to enhance communication of both the transmitter and the receiver. This allowed for significant increases in data without the need for higher bandwidth or transmit power. So if you look at routers, you'll see that there's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 antennas. You need multiple antennas to handle MIMO. Overcrowded networks in 2009-2010. The Wi-Fi technology in the 2.4 gigahertz extended range meant that an increasing number of devices from baby monitors to Bluetooth were using the same 2.4 gigahertz frequency, causing it to become overcrowded and slow. Consequently, 5G became the more attractive option. Yes, when your Wi-Fi is slow, this is due to too many devices attached to the same frequency on your Wi-Fi router at home or in the office. To solve this issue, dual band routers were created. These routers contained 2 types of wireless radios that could simultaneously support connections on both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz links. By default, devices in the range of the dual band router would automatically connect to the faster, more efficient 5 gigahertz frequency. However, if a device is further away or behind the walls, the 2.4 gigahertz frequency would be used as backup.
Are we learning new things? Making some progress? It's a great time for a commercial break. "2012, yet another set of letters to describe wireless. Wireless AC. 802.11 AC aimed to make the 5 gigahertz range better. It had 4 times the speed of wireless N, a greater width, and the ability to support more antennas, meaning data could be sent more quickly. Wireless AC focuses the signal and concentrates data transmission so that more data reaches the target devices. Wi-Fi technology is still in very early days. It's been deployed and continuously tested for a decade. 2014, tri-band routers came out. Tri-band routers support more devices due to additional wireless bands. There's 3 separate bands, means 3 times more bandwidth. Dedicate each bandwidth to separate devices. More wireless bands for less interference. Visually, these routers look a tad bit out of this world. They have 4 to 8 antennas. If you have a larger home, you probably already have one or need one of these routers. In 2019, over 3 billion Wi-Fi enabled devices are shipped globally each year. 2020, Wi-Fi 6, also known as Wireless AX.
Pictured as an Asus Wireless 6 router that you would use in your home. I install these at least once a week when I do installs for larger homes and small office buildings in Alberta, Canada.
Wi-Fi works fundamentally hasn't changed in the past decade, and neither has its purpose. The release of Wi-Fi 6 or Wireless AX in 2020 promoted great promise for faster connectivity and a link up between technologies with speeds of up to 9.6 gigabits per second, which is almost 300% faster than Wi-Fi 5. The reason for Wi-Fi 6 jump in speed capabilities is due to the technologies being used to mitigate the issues of becoming overwhelmed with the number of connected devices.
How many Wi-Fi devices do you have in your home? 10, 20, 30, 40, or more?
Wi-Fi 6 routers are also capable of communicating with more devices at once and let routers send data between devices in the same broadcast. Wi-Fi today and the Internet of Things.
Okay, let's quickly review wireless technology over the past 20 years. We had wireless B, wireless A, wireless G, wireless N, wireless AC, wireless AX. In the future, there's more letters and numbers to come. The Internet of Things describes a network of physical objects, things that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. Literally, all the smart devices in your home contribute to the Internet of Things. Everything needs Wi-Fi.
But Wi-Fi is more about simply getting online to check email or browse social feeds. It has also enabled a mind-blowing number of consumer electronics and computing devices to become interconnected and exchange information. It's clear that Wi-Fi is no longer a one-way street. It has become an essential part of our personal and professional day-to-day and is constantly improving efficiency, our communication, and it persistently encourages the technology industry to push the boundaries of what's possible. All in all, the capabilities of Wi-Fi are endless, and with the way things are going, we are incredibly excited to see what the future holds.
How would you rate the internet connection in your environment, whether it's home or office? Is your Wi-Fi consistently fast? Do you have issues printing? Do you have issues loading apps or sending emails? How do you rate your Wi-Fi connection? Is your Wi-Fi good or is it bad? Good? That's great. Is it bad? That's terrible to hear. Let's fix it for you.
How do you troubleshoot your own Wi-Fi equipment? How do you solve Wi-Fi problems with your devices at home and at work? I get a lot of Wi-Fi questions. 17 years of experience of troubleshooting it and upgrading equipment. Mike, why do I have a weak signal? Mike, Wi-Fi is fast in my bedroom and slow everywhere else. Mike, can I get Wi-Fi to my hot tub? Mike, all the devices at home connect to Wi-Fi except one. It's driving me crazy. Mike, my printer takes 30 seconds to print. I can't work like this. Mike, Zoom keeps telling me I have poor internet quality. There are so many errors your devices can report to you when you have poor Wi-Fi signal. Step 1, go find your Wi-Fi equipment. Yes, go find your equipment. Step 2, can't find it? Might it be in a closet, a basement, a mechanical room, a garage, near your TV, behind your TV, underneath your TV, in the TV stand? Your Wi-Fi equipment is going to be somewhere in your living unit. Step 3, found it? Great. Is there 1 or 2 devices or more? How many boxes are there?
Step 3 of our troubleshooting. You found your equipment? Perfect. Now let's identify it.
Here are pictures from common internet service provider modems. More.
You can identify your Wi-Fi router from your internet service provider. There should be a Wi-Fi light on it.
Personally, I would label the box, label the power cable, and know how to unplug the power in the future. Unplugging the power is the first step in troubleshooting. Label that power cable. Label the router. Okay, so I asked you to find your equipment. Is there only 1 box? If so, then you have an internet modem router combination device from your internet service provider. It should have a sticker on it from the manufacturer and or the internet service provider. In Canada, your boxes could come from these internet service providers: TELUS, Shaw, Starlink, Videotron, MTS, SaskTel, Bell, Rogers, and Xplornet. In the USA, it could be Comcast, Xfinity, Virgin, T-Mobile, Xplornet, HughesNet, Viasat, Suddenlink, Verizon, Fios, AT&T, Spectrum, Cox, Mediacom, Frontier, CenturyLink, or Astound.
Okay, so you found your internet service provider modem. Do you see any other boxes? There may be another box with a Wi-Fi light on it and antennas. Only found 1 box? That's great, you have a simple setup. When is the last time you unplugged it? They should be rebooted regularly. If there is a second box with a Wi-Fi light, then label it as well and label that power cable, because I want you to know where your Wi-Fi equipment is, 1 or 2 boxes, and reboot them regularly.
Final review. Let's review the types of Wi-Fi routers you may find at your home or in your office.
Here are types of Wi-Fi equipment. So you have the Internet Service Provider Wi-Fi router, which would have shown up around 2010, 2015. Generally, your internet service provider is providing you a modem router combination device. Some basic environments work okay with this gear.
Your Wi-Fi modem provided by your internet service provider is very basic. It works for small home or office environments only, generally 5 users or less.
These are mass-produced, low-cost, entry-level for 1,200 square foot or less, 10 devices or less. They can really suffer and have poor performance, especially if you also have digital cable from your internet service provider, like digital cable channels, because now all TV is wirelessly delivered. While businesses and multifamily units will require their own consumer Wi-Fi router.
Large homes and business environments will require their own consumer Wi-Fi router with multiple antennas for best performance. Generally, more than 5 users, more than 10 devices, you need something that has a lot of power.
Consumer Wi-Fi router. Go to your local big box department electronics store. You'll see 2, 3, 4, 5 antenna routers at the big box store that cost anywhere from under $100 to more than $500. Typical manufacturers: Netgear, Asus, TP-Link, and tons more.
So when it comes to Wi-Fi for commercial spaces, acreages, farms are dealing with a lot of space and potentially low density, meaning low amount of users, but then also high density where we're going to have a high amount of users. So lots of space. We typically need multiple different access points. So in like your home, if you did wireless access points, you'd probably have 2 or 3 in your home. In a large house, it could be up to 8 or 10 access points, and then commercial spaces, we could have anywhere, up to 25 access points. So I just want to show you some examples of commercial projects we've done in the last 2 years. Canadian Tire retail stores found in Canada. Party City retail stores in Canada. We have designed wireless systems for bars and restaurants in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In July 2021, we were hired to design the Wi-Fi system for the Badlands Music Festival, which consisted of Wi-Fi in both the basement of the bar, the main floor area of the bar, as well as the music tent and beer gardens tent that sprawled at least 3 city blocks. Well, that's a wrap. We have reviewed 20 years of Wi-Fi technology and how to locate and reboot your Wi-Fi at home if you're having issues with it. If you need Wi-Fi help, book us online at www.don'tgethacked.ca.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Christina Zachary and I'm the medical director and owner of the Zachary Clinic, which is a cosmetic facial plastic surgery clinic in Calgary in the Mission District. And I am going to give you a great endorsement for Mike Duffy, who is the guy who built the entire server for my clinic and set up all the computers, not once but twice when we moved. And he comes anytime you call him in an emergency, which by the way happens quite often, and he's very reliable. I have only good things to say, and I would wholeheartedly endorse Mike for any computer needs that you have.
Hi Mike, I'm in Toronto. Can't log on to the hotel Wi-Fi. They have rebooted the router. My phone works on it. I can't log into my desktop at home, but I can get onto Grace's desktop occasionally when using my Sky Roam hotspot.
Gotta have email tonight. I have too many promises to keep. What did you find out last night? I left a message at your office.
Thanks for the text. Your response has been sent.
Okay, so in this case, whenever my clients travel, I tell them to test the hotel Wi-Fi. And if the hotel Wi-Fi doesn't work, test turning their phone into a hotspot, either over Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or plugging your phone into your laptop with a USB cable to use your cell phone's internet. And if that doesn't work, carry a cellular hotspot with you. So most cell phone providers offer a hotspot. So in this case, the client mentioned a SkyRoam hotspot. He has a SkyRoam branded hotspot. So wherever he travels across North America, he has internet, because you can't always trust hotel internet to be good. So his problem was he was trying to connect to his home office using a VPN connection, and the laptop just would not work on the hotel Wi-Fi, although he mentioned his phone did. So I thought, hey, try your phone if your SkyRoam is not working. So always be prepared. Anyway, thanks for watching.